All right, ladies and gentlemen, good doc back again once again. Let's lock in. First things first, I want to shout out to my brother JD for sharing this particular image with me via email. It took me around to get to it, but I am so glad that I finally had an opportunity to look at it and view it so that we can actually talk about it. Okay, so go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and lock in. Okay, there are two things that I see when I see this particular image. Okay. There are two things that I see, or two types of interpretation, how I feel about it when I see it, right? On the one hand, I see opportunity, right? As a man, you see the types of opportunity that a passport can have for you, more specifically being an African-American man or any man of any race. You know, the passport gives you an opportunity to take yourself or to extract yourself from a particular situation and go try something new, experience a new opportunity. And that passport puts you in a position to do great things and to learn great things and to take advantage of great opportunities. That's the first side. Second thing, which we really got to lock in on, is I believe an image like this produces so much false hope. It is crazy. If you think that you're going to have women bowing down at your feet as if you are some type of god, you have lost your motherfucking minds. Let me say that one more time for all of my gentlemen in the back row. If you think that having your passport is gonna have these women falling at your feet as if you are some type of god, you have literally lost your mind. You see, that's not how this world works, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Let me let you in on a little secret, because I don't think a lot of people talk about this as often as it needs to be talked about. Okay? So Doc gonna go ahead and school you real quick. All right? You think that because you're a foreign man, that all you have to do is show up and these women are gonna bow down to you. At least that's what this image is giving me, right? All you have to do is show up and these women are gonna bow down to you. Have you ever thought that you're not the only foreigner traveling to these countries? It's nowhere near what it was like before. As a matter of fact, it was nowhere near what it is like when I was in the Philippines, right? Or traveling to places like that. My first time overseas was in the Philippines more specifically, was 2005, right? I could go weeks, I could go months without seeing another foreigner, right? Because nobody was traveling like that, right? All I had was me, my father, and my brother. Those were the three foreigners that I've seen. If I said I could see myself, there were only three of us in our area, right? So we could go long periods of time without seeing anybody. That was back when I believed that being a part of the passport community, even though it wasn't really a thing back then, that was when it was real. That was when you could really get that work in. That was when you really kind of had your pick of the litter. Now, I am not saying that if you come over to any foreign country right now, whether it be in Latin America, of course, or Southeast Asia and places like that, that you're not gonna get, some attention. But you have to understand that that attention, in my perspective, or the way that I see it, is gonna be absolutely diluted, right? And the reason I say that is because foreigners in most of these countries, dime a dozen. Let's keep it real. Foreigners in Brazil, probably a dime a dozen. Foreigners in the DR, probably a dime a dozen, right? Foreigners in Thailand, foreigners in the Philippines, right? Places like this, you're no longer really a rarity, man. You're just another face, right? So if you think that this is the image that you're gonna get and that women are gonna fall for you like this, I'm gonna have to tell you you're sadly mistaken, right? It's not the same as what it was. And even back then, I'm not saying that's how they would fall for you. I'm just saying that you were more so of a rarity, so you kind of had your pick of the litter. That's like I'm saying. But if you think they're gonna fall to your feet like this just because of your little blue book, I'm sorry. It just doesn't play out like that. And if it does in your mind, if you don't think that these women are probably entertained or dated and or, talked to foreigners before you, depending on where you are, of course, again, another sad mistake. So if you don't think that these women know how you act, who you are, what they need to do to get your attention, how to keep your attention, how to finesse you out of the bag or to get a little money from you and shit, if you don't think they already know the game, you're sadly mistaken. You see, images like this, albeit funny, albeit interesting to be able to dissect, you have to understand that if that's the way you're reading into it, because that's the way that I'm reading into it, you're sadly mistaken. Again, y'all may see this image completely different from me, and I'm cool with that. I just see it as a false hope, because what I see is you got this black man Black Jesus, with all these beautiful women surrounding him, right? Bound, not necessarily bowing down at his feet, but grabbing on his coattails and looking up to him as if he is some type of god, right? That's what I see. That's not it. I'm not stupid, and I'm not gonna perpetrate a fraud, and I'm not gonna lie to you. That is not the play. That is not how it happens. I will say that if you go out there and you speak and you talk to a couple of them and you just show them that you're genuinely a good person overall, I can almost guarantee that your success rate would probably be a little bit higher than most without you having to come out of pocket. Again, it comes through words and conversation. Yeah, you can definitely have a higher success rate, but if you just think having a passport is just guaranteeing you ass now in 2024, nah, big dog. Passport don't guarantee shit. The only thing the passport probably guarantees is somebody gonna try to finesse. Let me say that one more time again for all of my individuals in the back. All the passport does right now is guarantee that somebody gonna try to finesse. I don't care if you meet a girl online asking for money. Come to, your foreign country, whatever it is, Brazil, South America, Southeast Asia, like I said, don't matter. Somebody gonna try to finesse. That's all. That is damn near the only thing that is guaranteed with that blue book. That's just it. That's the only thing that's guaranteed, because you're not guaranteed to have women falling for you like that. Yes, I was lucky enough to find somebody for myself, right? I had the time to put in the energy and the effort, and I took my time with what I had, right? A lot of guys don't have that time, but I was lucky enough to have what I got. I'm good with that, right? I'm cool with that. But that's because I put the time in on that one, and I didn't have to rush anything, right? And yes, when we got together, it was a little different, right? And I know a lot of y'all ain't looking for marriage. I'm just saying y'all trying to hook up and shit. But even in the hookup culture, ladies and gentlemen, it don't float like that. It don't float like that, right? It just doesn't. And if it does, if you have a whole bunch of women gawking at you and smiling and pointing and kikiing and all that shit, you better make sure they ain't trying to play your ass, number one. And number two, gotta approach situations like that with certain caution, right? Because even women in the professional industry of prostitution, the greater majority of them are not gonna go at you like that, right? Like brush up on you, be aggressive on you, try to be more forward with you, try to have that conversation with you, try to, oh, Joe, how you doing, Joe? Let me talk to you. Most girls don't have that type of approach to them because, again, they're scared and they're shy, and a lot of them don't really like to speak English. More specifically from the Philippine standpoint, may be different in South America. But if they are that aggressive towards you, if you're not really in the back of your mind thinking, why is this girl coming at me this hard? What the fuck does she want? If you're not thinking that, then you're not thinking. Yep, tell you the truth. If you're not thinking that, then you're not thinking. So don't think that women gonna be on your dick like this. It's just not it. It's not the play, right? A couple of them may be liking you, smiling at you and shit, and that's cool. But nobody gonna be at your feet like that, like when you first touch down. Don't work that way. It just doesn't, man. Foreigners are a dime a dozen overseas, so I can almost guarantee that to most of them, you're just another Joe, man. You're just another face in the crowd, right? You're just another face amongst the crowd of other foreigners that they've seen and or dealt with before. So they're not seeing you the same, right? You see what's going down in, South America, right? People getting yeeted and deleted and all that shit and unalived. It's crazy. You're a lick. You're a come up, ladies and gentlemen, most of these countries, all right? You can say the same for the Philippines too. I'm not gonna extract them. I'm not gonna say that that doesn't happen or it can't happen to you over there. But again, sometimes you're nothing more than a come up. So don't allow pictures to convince you otherwise, right? Don't allow pictures to convince you otherwise, like these people are gonna be groveling at your feet like you really some type of guy, right? Godlike figure, whatever you wanna call it. That's not the play, right? Now, maybe the good duck's reading into this video too. I'm sorry, not video, but reading into this picture too much. Maybe I'm out of line. Call me out on my bullshit. Comment section below. Let me know. All right, it's been a good duck, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out.